How to play Dungeons & Dragons. Interested in learning how to play Dungeons & Dragons? It is called the granddaddy of role-playing games and has been popular for decades now. It is the precursor of other RPGs and has established quite a cult following for its challenges and for the intensity and interest that is generated among fans. Unfortunately, there is no quick 1-2-3 way to learn the game. Its appeal lies in its complexity. This also makes it somewhat difficult to grasp its finer points at one go. But here are a few steps to get you started. 1. Purchase, find, or borrow the D&D Handbook. It contains the rules of the game and the information you need to know to play it. Since D&D is complex and strongly bound by rules, without which it would lose its meaning, you need to familiarize yourself with the D&D environment and culture. 2. Join a game. People who play D&D are usually those who have friends who are already gamers and can introduce them to the game. This is the best place to start, as friends can ease your entry into the world of D&D and give you tips on the finer points of the game. If, on the other hand, you're new to the game and don't know a group, it should not be hard to find one. D&D is popular, and many people play it. Some may be around you every day. A good place to start would be at work or among friends and family. Ask around and pursue any leads until you find someone who can introduce you to a group. You can also ask or post inquiries at your local community center, the library, hobby or game stores, or on online forums. Just be careful about releasing private information to the general public. Never leave your home address or private telephone number. It's best to use a dummy email account that you have created just for this communication. 3. When you get feedback, contact the person and arrange to join a game. Again, be wary about going to strangers' homes. Exercise common sense and take safety precautions. It goes without saying that you should not drink or take drugs, especially those that are offered to you on the premises. It's best to join a game with a friend or to organize one yourself. 4. During the game, a dungeon master, otherwise known as DM, is chosen or appointed. This duty usually falls to the host. If you organize the game and serve as DM, you will also need other books: the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Monster Manual 1, and the Basic Rulebook. You need to be well versed in the rules in order for the game to proceed with minimal confusion, conflict, and chaos. 5. The next step involves character creation. As a newbie, you need to carefully study each D&D character, learn how he or she is formed, understand his or her particular strengths and powers, and what he or she can and cannot do. Find out which other characters are best suited as companions for your character. They should complement your character so as to compensate for your weak points. Likewise, you should compensate for theirs. Good companions increase the likelihood of a successful mission. 6. Start playing. You will play according to the scenario laid out by the DM. When it's your turn, you will ask questions about the scenario and use the dice to determine your subsequent steps. You will also exchange information and ideas with the DM throughout the game. The other players will be similarly involved as your teammates or opponents. 7. Continue playing. Each episode of the game usually ends at a preset time. The DM is responsible for keeping time and ending the game accordingly. A good DM will end a session at a cliffhanger, creating enough suspense and thrill to make you enthusiastic about returning to the game. You must understand that, once you commit to a game, you should be true to your word. D&D is made exciting by the personalities of the different participants. Being an unreliable player will impact others' enthusiasm and the group dynamic. It will quickly make others lose steam, so be responsible. Hopefully, you will advance quickly and ultimately be able to teach others how to play Dungeons & Dragons.